Hello and welcome to my channel. So today I'm just doing a little get ready with me. I'm in a rush, so I'm just going to clip these front bits back quickly. The clips don't match because I've lost all of them, but here we are. We move. I slept in accidentally this morning because you know when you do the thing when you're like, oh, 15 more minutes turns into an hour and you wake up and you're like, ooh, I had things to do. It wasn't that late. I meant to get up at like 7, 8ish and I got up at like 9 because I was like 15 more minutes, that won't hurt. I'm not gonna set an alarm. I don't need an alarm for it. Yes you do. I've got a cup of coffee, which is like my morning cup of coffee. It actually kind of matches my top, which is kind of cute, not planned. I've already done my eyebrows. I do not do much to them because I went through a phase of doing the most to my eyebrows and I like them to look a bit more natural, and also I have not got time for that because I feel like the more you touch your eyebrows, the more you kind of like need to do stuff to them. I don't know. That's just my preference. So did the eyebrows just today, clear gel. This is the Collection Colour Lash one, which is honestly like the best brow gel I've used, and I've kind of used it since I was like, I've used this brow gel for like on and off for like 10 years. It's super cheap. It used to be like £1.99 or something, but it has since gone up. It's like £2.49 now. And honestly, it's got such good lift, and like your eyebrows stay like that, and then also like it's not crunchy like a lot of eyebrows gels are, and you know, some of them I feel like they hold them too well and you kind of like lose eyebrow hairs. It just doesn't do any of the stuff we don't want, and it's super cheap. Like, why would we not? I've got one of these in like every single bag because I used to just have the one, and then I needed one in every single bag because you never know when you need to like touch up your eyebrows. And then the Elf Wow Brow in the shade Neutral Brown. I usually use the Glossier Boy Brow when I do my eyebrows, and I do really like that, but this is actually a bit more of like a sheerer look, and I actually kind of like it. The brush is still super small like the original Glossier one. The Glossier one I wear is the shade Brown, which is a lot warmer than this. This is a bit more cool toned. I just think that if you want more coverage, that one's better, but this is a very nice like sheer moment, and it's also a lot more cool toned as well, and I think it's got quite a few more colours. I don't know. Without further ado, I'm gonna do skin. I'm gonna use a little bit of this L'Oreal skin tint. The dropper does kind of annoy me, and I really wish this was in a pump, but it's a really good product actually. You definitely can't tell from that angle, but I have not got a lot left. Is that a better angle? Like, I've got a very tiny amount of this left. To be fair, I've had it for maybe like a year or so because I don't really find myself using skin tints, foundations too often, but I've kind of really been liking it recently, and I find that it kind of, your makeup gets done so quickly when you do a skin tint as opposed to like just putting on concealer, because I feel like you just get like a nice even wash of colour. I've already done my skincare, of course. I've got SPF on. It is the Beauty of Joseon one, and everything goes on gorgeously for that, might I say. And this is just a Zoeva, what are you, 102 Silk Finish brush. It's got a little gap there where there should be a number, and that number would either be a 3 or a 0, and I'm going to go with it's a 0. So I think it's 102, not 132. I'll find out. I don't even know if Zoeva still makes brushes anymore, to be entirely honest. This is an old brush, but I think that's fine for brushes as long as you clean them. Like, obviously I haven't had this brush unwashed for like, how many years? Like 5 years? Possibly more. And this is the, oh, I didn't even say what this is. This is the L'Oreal Plumping Tinted Serum in the shade 223 Light. So this is just super nice. Again, I wish it had a pump so then you could like travel with it better, but you know what, here we are. I feel like I'm kind of always on the move. I enjoy traveling, and I go traveling a fair bit. Oh, I forgot my brow pencil. It's not to do my eyebrows, it's to fill in a little mole that I have there. So I've just wiped that off my hand. My hands are feeling like really dry. I've kind of just woken up, so I'm just gonna wax some hand cream on. This is the, it looks so defeated, it's the Neutrogena Norwegian formula hand cream. I get the unscented one because I'm an unscented girly. I'm gonna put that on. I need to speed it up. Yeah, so I travel quite a lot. I enjoy traveling. I've gone on trips with my friends and my sister. Oh, now my hands are too greasy for this. I did not think this out well. This is the, if I wipe her off, the Maybelline Eraser Eye, a classic. But honestly, I don't love the packaging. Oh, it's so bad that both of these products, I really like the product itself, but the packaging, I'm like, oof. Like, it's super easy, but like, how unhygienic is this, you know? So I tend to only really put it under my eyes because I'm like, it is a little bit gross. I know you can take the sponge off, but then I take the sponge off and then like the product dries too quickly. I don't know, I feel like when you first get this product, it's super good, like it's like everything I wanted it to be, and then after you've had a little bit of time, do I have a brush for this? We'll just use this one. Yeah, so after you've had it a little bit of time, I find that it kind of just dries up a bit and doesn't give the finish that you'd want. It's also quite warm in my room right now, but I don't want to turn this fan on because I know it's going to be seriously annoying on the audio. So the things I'm doing right now, the commitment I'm having, I'm still in my PJs because they're super cute. They're from Primark actually. They are not expensive at all. I'm a big fan of these Primark jersey PJs. They're just really comfy and cozy and like loungy. I've tried like silky PJs because I like the look of the button up silky PJ, but honestly I just don't find silky stuff that comfortable to sleep in. Like, I love to wear it normally, as in like when I'm awake, but I don't know, it's just something about when I'm sleeping, I'm like, no, I don't like to be slipping and sliding everywhere. It's just it's not for me. I want to be stuck in the same place. Okay, so that is base done. Because I've put the skin tint on, I literally just need to put a little bit onto my eyes. I say that definitely was like a little bit more than a little bit, but here we are. That is kind of all we need. And very affordable base so far. So I graduated from uni last year. Yeah, last year. And I've been working for this past year. I've recently just quit my job because I want to go traveling and go and pursue other things, because it kind of just didn't really align with what I wanted to do. Like, I'm not going to go into it too much, but it's just, I think that you need to do things that align with what you want to do. Stuck it out for a year, and I think it's important at like, when you're kind of young, I feel so weird saying that, I feel like it's kind of important to try out different things and see if you like it, because now I'm thinking like, my career has just gone in a completely different direction. That's so adult to be saying that. Bronzer, I've got a couple of different options. I've got the Chanel one, which is the Le Beiges one, which is in the shade 390 Soletan Bronze Universelle. If that was a terrible French accent, please don't come for me. I do really want to learn French, to be fair, like properly. I know a little bit, and I've got that much left. To be fair, I might just put this on. I love the finish of this bronzer. I feel like this makeup look has gotten very expensive very fast, but honestly, it's one of those luxury products that I actually do think's worth it. That's not just got the luxury sticker on, because I feel like so many products just have that luxury sticker on, and people are like, oh, I really want to own something from, I don't know what brand, say for instance YSL, Tom Ford. I want to own something from them. I'm not saying their makeup isn't good. I actually haven't tried their makeup, but I'm just saying that people often just want to have something from the brand, and there definitely are products like that in every single brand, but I think this is actually worth it. They have reformulated this since, obviously, but this has been around for quite a while. It's quite a cult product. I remember when I first started watching YouTube videos, when it was like the golden age of YouTube, when I was what, like 13, 14, I remember really wanting this bronzer and having a look at the price and being like, well, no. So it's so fun to have something and it actually be as good. To be fair, for the most part, I feel like I use a lot of the same products. Like, I used to use the L'Oreal True Match foundation when I was younger, and I still really love that foundation, but this, like the tinted serum, I like so much more just because it's so much lighter. Oh, I feel like that brush just went in my eye. Ugh. We push on. We must stay focused. Yeah, I like to put a little bit over my eyes just because it kind of like gets it all cohesive. Get rid of the eyelash, eyebrow hair. Oh, my eye's watering now. I feel like want a little bit more bronzer on that eye though. I think I'll use a smaller brush because I'm not taking my eye out with that bad light again. Oh, I just use a Real Techniques brush, if you were wondering. I literally only use Real Techniques brushes, and like that one's a Viva brush. I say using a brush that's actually not either one of those, but get the gist. Real Techniques is definitely my favourite. I don't really like to powder too much because I feel like my skin's quite dry and I like to have a more dewy look. Okay, so for blush, oof, I don't know what I've done here actually. Kind of the same usual options. What is that? The lip liner. Let's get rid of that before that ends up everywhere. So I've got Milk, Work, and a little itty bitty Nars Orgasm blush. I honestly really enjoy both of these blushes. They're both both warm and toned, and they're both just gorgeous. I might actually wear this today because I've not worn this for a little bit of time. A little bit of time being like a week. Getting withdrawal symptoms from this. But yeah, so my plan is want to travel, want to live abroad, and just do some fun things, you know. Because I think I need to, because I did a very intensive uni course. I did law, and then I also did not have much money at uni, other than like for my course and stuff. Not for my course, I didn't pay for my course. Sorry, I mean like living costs. So I didn't really do super exciting stuff. I didn't like go off traveling after uni. Like, I've traveled a fair bit, but I've not like gone traveling for a long period of time. Been to Copenhagen, Stockholm, Budapest, and then we're going to Mallorca, which I'm super excited about. I think it's like a super basic one, but I've actually never been to Spain and I'm really excited. I'm excited to just kind of like go somewhere chilled and beachy, because that's definitely my vibe. So when we're going to Copenhagen, one of my friends, well, sorry, this was on the way back, telling it wrong already, she brought what I can only explain as like the most amount of cosmetic products I've ever seen someone be able to bring through airport security. I don't even know how she managed to get through Manchester airport, I'm not gonna lie. that was truly, I applaud her for that one. However, Copenhagen Airport, bless her, was not the same vibe as Manchester. So we took like one look of her bags before and we were like, girl, like I think you're gonna struggle. And she was like, no, it'll be fine. Went to Copenhagen Airport and the lady took one look at her bags and was like, no, absolutely not. We're talking, she brought like a 50ml perfume, like a 50ml, what was that? Gucci Flora perfume. Like a ton of products, including like a massive pot of Vaseline. And she had like 2 bags and neither one of those bags were like the bags you were meant to have them in. And yes, even I was struggling, especially I was struggling, but I was not trying to bring through like a 50ml Gucci Flora perfume. Oh, it was ridiculous. So she had to go through her stuff and take stuff out, and she was so mad that they didn't let her through it. And we were like, well, it's the regulations, I'm sorry. But that was too good. What am I doing next? Oh goodness, I might have to actually powder my eyelids. 1 second. This is the e.l.f. Halo Glow Setting Powder. So I'm thinking in terms of Korea, I did my dissertation on kind of like human rights based. I did like a comparative study of UK law and US law in terms of abortion rights for women. I'm not going to go too into that because that is a very controversial topic, but I did it in terms of like an academic piece. So that was, I really enjoyed doing that. I literally had to teach myself what the hell the US legal system looks like, and I've kind of like got myself hooked since, and I think that would be really cool to practice out there. Not that I'm a qualified lawyer yet. If you know about how one would qualify as a lawyer in the UK, you kind of know that, okay, I'm just going to say it, once you've done your degree, that's not enough. You have to do like extra training on top of that as well. So I'm not a lawyer, I'm just a law graduate. So kind of that's a lot of powder. After saying I'm not going to powder, interesting, yes, kind of looking hot outside, so I might put a little tiny bit on. This is the shade medium. I usually wear the shade light, but my sister has, I'm going to stop that, but my sister has stolen that powder from me, so I no longer have that bad lad. I think it's upstairs, but that requires me going upstairs, so that's not happening. So I'm just going to use this one. I prefer the light one just because, I mean, I don't notice it with this powder, but I prefer, certainly for under the eyes, something lighter. But to be fair, it is quite nice at like setting the rest of the skin. I think I'll put a little bit under the eyes. This might darken it eyes up slightly though, because this is not a translucent powder. I ordinarily just use the By Terry one under my eyes, but I thought let's spice it up today. I don't like it spiced up. I am a creature of habit. In terms of my makeup, I'm like, I know it looks good and I don't want to deviate from that. That will do. So as I was saying, kind of gotten hooked on the US legal system, and I just find it also interesting. I find it's very boring, I'm not gonna lie. The stuff that I find interesting is kind of more conceptual stuff. Conceptual, I don't know, theory? I don't know, I like the structures of how everything works. I'm definitely butchering this, but I kind of like comparing two different legal systems on one specific thing. So I did like a similar thing. I did a gender module and I compared it with Like I compared equality law between the US, UK, Canada and South Africa. Oh wait, no, I think the EU as well actually. Yeah. And that's super fun. I just really like doing that and I find that super fun. So I think if I did a master's, which girl is getting more and more tempted, I'm not gonna lie, I think it would be in international human rights law, because I just find it really interesting. I originally thought, oh, I'm gonna go into corporate law. I do not think I will be doing that anymore. We'll see. But my main area of interest is not within that. So we're doing eyeliner. This is the Rimmel Scandalise. Again, something that I used to use when I was a lot younger, when I was a teen. And I just thought, oh, I need an eyeliner, so let's see if this is any good. And to be fair, they're still good. They are still popping. Where on earth is the brush gone that I used for this? This is the white eyeliner from Rimmel. I'm just going to warm this up slightly. Don't even know what this is. Oh, the Soft Kohl by Rimmel. I don't even know what time it is. I definitely should be getting a wriggle on. Ooh. Definitely should get a move on. Otherwise, I shall be late. So I'm meant to be meeting my sister for lunch today in town because she's doing some work thing, and we are going to try, very, very basic, the first pumpkin spices of the season for us. Yes, it's August. I have to come to terms with this myself as well, because I'm like, it's not technically pumpkin spice season, but also I feel like it stops right at the point where I would want it to be a thing. Like it kind of stops October, and it's just, why are you doing that, you know? So I just kind of put this in my inner corner because it's matte and it's waterproof, moderately? Yeah, moderately waterproof for like the inner corner. And I just find this lasts so much better than putting a powder on. And it does, as long as you warm it up, you don't just like raw dog it onto your eyes. Like it looks really good. Look, and it lasts pretty well. Gonna curl my eyelashes. These are, is it rubbed off? No. And these are from Primark. I don't even know if you can see that. They're the Bratz collection. Anyone remember Bratz? I love those dolls. I was such like a doll girl. Doll person. I had Barbies and I had Bratz and I had Polly Pockets. I had the full shebang because that was dolls were my main thing that I liked. Me and my sister had a collection of dolls. I think Barbies were probably our favourites, but we also really like Bratz, and we really liked Polly Pockets as well because they were little. Controversial, but I actually never chewed the Polly Pocket clothes. I know my sister was guilty of it. She used to chew the shoes, and that used to wind me up because I'd be like, those are my favourite pair of shoes, and you've literally just like chewed them. That was so annoying. But usually it was fine. She'd chew Barbie shoes sometimes, and I'd be like, again, I really like those shoes, so like, no, spit them out, like undo it, no. I'm just gonna quickly put a lip liner, not lip liner, eyebrow pencil underneath the lip, because I feel like it adds a little tiny bit of a shadow and it makes your lip look a bit more like plump. My lips are actually incredibly dry right now. I don't know what I did. And that's a little more I like to fill in. But yeah, I don't know what I did in terms of my lips. I've been using this Pause lip balm, and I think it's okay, and it makes me feel Australian, but it's just not as good as Lana Lips, and Lana Lips still gives me like, she's Australian kind of vibe. I think it's originally from New Zealand actually. I used to live out in New Zealand, so I'm kind of like, yes, Kiwi girl. But like anything from Australia, New Zealand, I'm obsessed. Anything that like an Aussie girl would use, I'm like, yes, yes please. I just find it so interesting that like Aussies, when they're like going through it and they're like, what do I do with myself, where do I go, and they're like, London. Whereas like English people are like, I don't know what I'm doing with myself, like what do I do, and they're like, Australia. I think it's usually like Sydney. And you know what, I'm gonna put that coaster back. This is a super cute coaster. Guilty, because now I'm looking at Sydney, because why not? I think my eyebrows look pretty good today. I don't think I'm gonna put on mascara, I've just curled them. And on like a day-to-day basis, I'm not really too fussed. Like if it was going out, be fine. But no, I just leave it as is. So just fluff the hair down. I did go to sleep with my hair like slightly damp last night. I kind of air dried it as much as I could and then just like whacked it in a really loose plait. So the curls have kind of gone down a little bit because my hair's quite wavy. But here we are. This is the finished look. Oh wait, we want lip liner actually, wherever that may be. Sorry, that was a lie. It's not the finished look. Gonna do some lip liner. I don't know where my pillow talk has disappeared off to. We're gonna put on New Truffle by NYX. I've actually gotten into a brown lip liner, but I kind of only really use this one because I think this looks like the most flattering on my skin tone. Because I think that I love the brown lip look and I never thought I could pull it off. And I find fact cannot pull it off. Please do not tell me. Leave it for me to figure out in like a year's time that I'm like, honey, that was not a look. But let me just live in my ignorance right now that it looks good. My bag. Yeah, my top lip is like ridiculously dry right now. Should I be putting on lip liner? Probably not, but a girl has got to do what a girl has got to do. I have actually ordered some more Lano, some more lip lips, which is like the lip balm I use. Like when I find a product that I really like, I am loyal to that product. But until I find a product that I really like, I will just try out loads to see. Yeah, no, Lano Lux is like my tried and true. She is that girl. I'm gonna put on a little bit of lip balm. Yeah, I've kind of run out of lip lips, so this is the whole issue here. So I'm gonna put a little bit of Haw on, which I don't like as much. And it is okay, no, I'm feeling like super Australian for it. And I need a lip balm to like munch it out. Oh, this is the shea butter one, which is significantly better than like the regular one. The regular one just isn't thick enough for me. I need like a thick lip balm. Like my lips need it. Like they are so dry. And literally every single lip balm in comparison to Lana Lips for me is literally sandpaper. Like that is just the creme de la creme of lip balms for me. The gold one I wear like overnight as a lip mask, but then I use like the flavoured ones during the day. I used to never use flavoured ones, but now I've branched out. I'm fun, you know. Now I use donut flavoured lip balm instead of like the unscented one. Like, who is she? No, it's kind of just, there wasn't a flavour that I liked until that one came out, and I was like, girl, yes, you were coming with me. So yeah, this is a finished look. I'm gonna finish my coffee and get dressed and hopefully get there in time. As always, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, comment, all that fun stuff. And thank you so much. Bye.